This is not a matter of right and wrong. It is Samma. The word Samma, if you look in the dictionary, which is the Pali dictionary and even in the Sanskrit dictionary, the Sanskrit term is Samyak and the Pali is Samma. But these words mean harmony. So the word Samma and Samyak really refers to harmony. And so this is why I translate Samma Ditti as the harmonious perspective. Ditti is not just a view or even, I don't even call it understanding, it's a perspective. The perspective means it is a different way of looking at things. Perspective, it is like taking a picture with a camera. Now the picture that comes out depends on the way you hold the camera. So if you want to take a picture of this hall, if you turn it this way, what you get is different from what you get when you turn it in the other direction. So everything depends on the perspective. So this is why this is the harmonious perspective. Now this harmony, to explain this, the Buddha used the story of the blind man and the elephant. You see, each blind man was shown a different part of the elephant and described the elephant in many different ways. But the Buddha is able to see all those things from all points of view and does not come in conflict with any one of those people. So in the same way, different philosophers may be coming out with different ideas, but the Buddha remains silent, doesn't disagree with that or agree with that, because the Buddha is aware of everything. This is why the Buddha said, when someone came and asked, "What is your view?" The Buddha said, "My view is that I do not come in conflict with anyone in the world." That is the harmonious perspective. So, that harmonious perspective is the Samma Ditti. And with that Samma Ditti comes what are called the Four Noble Truths, which I call the supernormal realities. This is the reality that one sees from a supernormal point of view. And that is the insecurity, the cause of the insecurity, and the end of insecurity and the way leading to the end of insecurity. So then, once you have understood that, you see that the insecurity is really coming from an emotional state. Tanha is an emotional state, not just as usually translated, it is not just craving, it is the emotional reaction to Vedana. tanha comes from Vedana. Vedana is the feeling that is pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral feeling. It is the reaction to this which is tanha, which is the emotional reaction. So the ending of this insecurity is really the freedom from this emotional reaction. So the freedom from emotional reaction is a state of tranquility of mind which can never be disturbed. That tranquility becomes the goal. The tranquility becomes the goal. And that goal of tranquility is to be held in your imagination. That tranquility held in imagination is the Samma Sankappa. Samma Ditti is followed by Samma Sankappa. Sankappa is really the imagination. So whenever we have to understand that all human beings, now the modern psychologists are aware of this, that all human beings are like goal-seeking machines. We are all the time seeking goals. Even when you get up from this chair, you have a goal which is to stand up. That is your goal. And even to get out of this room, you have to have a goal which is to get out of the room. You see, our behavior is always started by a goal. And so, we, in this, what is called the supernormal eightfold way, that also starts with a goal. And this is why the Samma Sankappa is called goal orientation. And so, the goal becomes Nibbana. Nibbana is the goal. Ending of suffering. Ending of the insecurity of life. And once that becomes the goal, which is coming in the form of tranquility of mind, and that leads to Samma Vacha, Samma Kammanta, Samma Ajiva. Now that is when your mind is turned in the proper direction, then you begin to behave in the proper way, which means you begin to speak in the right way, act in the right way, and live in the right way. So up to that point is what is called the first step, which is to enter the stream, SOTAPANNA. So a SOTAPANNA, one who has entered the stream, is a person who has come down the path in 5 steps. Samma Ditti, Samma Sankappa, Samma Vacha, Samma Kammanta, Samma Ajiva. Up to that point, is the 5 steps. And that is also seen as breaking 3 fetters. Sakkayaditti, Vicikiccha and Silabbata Paramasa. So Sakkayaditti is simply to personalize. I call it the personality perspective. You are personalizing your emotions. By personalizing the emotion, you are encouraging the emotion. Here we are trying to get rid of the emotion. That is, you are discarding the emotion. So, the personalizing is given up. And Vicikiccha is where your mind is turning in 2 different directions. Now you have given up going after sensual pleasures and emotions. So, because your goal has been tranquility of mind. So, Vicikiccha disappears with that. And then comes Silabbata Paramasa. Silabbata Paramasa really refers to the Sila and the Bata. Sila means to avoid bad behavior. Bata means to practice good behavior. Paramasa means, para means foreign. Amasa means to receive, accept. You are not accepting this behavior because other people want you to behave. You are behaving because you want to behave. Because not to satisfy other people. So, that is not Silabbata Paramasa. So, it's very important to understand that this is called autonomous behavior or autonomous morality instead of heteronomous morality. Heteronomous morality is Silabbata Paramasa. Instead of behaving to satisfy other people, you are behaving in the proper way because you realize the need for it. But then from there on comes Samma Vayama, which is how to gain control over your emotion.